Hello, everyone. Welcome to wherever you are watching. I know this is streaming on a couple of different Access Consciousness bars practitioner, bars facilitator, and Access Bars 365. My name is Laleh Hancock, and I'm one of the Bars in Business liaisons. And I'm here today with Shelly Okun. Welcome, Shelly.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Laleh. Very honored.
Well, well, I am so honored to actually get a chance to chat with you. You are a bars practitioner,
Right.
and you've been creating some fun things in Israel. And you had a picture yesterday, and it just sparked. I was like, wow, I need to know more of kind of like what inspired you with the bars. Oh, I haven't told everyone. You took it into the military. So let's talk about that. So
Okay.
what was it that originally, got you intrigued to want to bring the bars to the military?
Okay. Well, back in October 23, October 7th, when all this mess started, um, there were groups of therapists, all kind of therapists, that were gathering and going to different bases, army bases, to give sessions, to give treats, therapies, and so I joined a couple of times back then. And since
Mm-hmm.
then, I was also going to some places. Even not long ago, there was a night of wives of reserve military people. So they are staying at home, doing everything by themselves when their husbands are out there taking part in the war.
Yeah.
So we had to treat them too. So that was a good experience too. And this week, I was so happy to go. It was a meeting with a troop of soldiers. They are all in the reserve. They're spending already like 2 months out of home in different areas. And so we met them in the Dead Sea in a kind of a resort. And so we were about 10 of us, and I was the only one that was gifting bars, the access bars.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. For the whole time we were there, the the soldiers were standing by and waiting for their turn. So one after the other, I gave them, and I was impressed by the way they received. They really relaxed and enjoyed it.
Yeah. Did you get any feedback from them? Did any of them share their experiences?
Not very much, except for they were really grateful. They were, even the one that wasn't experiencing bars came to me
Hmm.
and say, thank you all for coming. It was very special for them.
Yeah. It's interesting because I know like we're actually live probably on my page too, and there might be some people there who don't know about the bars. So let me give just a little bit of background. Over 30 years ago, a gentleman named Gary Douglas found a treatment called the Access Bars. It's 32 points on the head and gently just pressing, no acupuncture, no acupressure, but just this gentle touch on these 32 points allows the release of considerations. Now, what we found over these 30 years, different places, different people experiencing it, had different results. Personally, for me, when I came to Access over 12 years ago, prior to coming, I was an executive at a not for profit organization, and I was working with Congress, senators, I was working with the veterans, administration, I was working with DoD, I was working with businesses, and our mission was how do we make sure that the soldiers returning weren't going to be treated like they were at Vietnam, but really honored and be able to offer different things for them and their caregivers. Sometimes, the soldiers themselves were 18, 19, 20 years old. So their caregivers were their parents. Sometimes it was their sibling. Sometimes it was grandma. Sometimes it was a wife. And so being able to provide different things. And for me, the bars is this relaxation technique. You just lie down, you just release while relaxing. But it's amazing how much it changes. It changes all those thoughts, feelings, emotions, PTSD, overwhelm, like all these things that get to be these stuck energies, things that are the monkey mind, you're constantly thinking about it over and over again. And when I came, I was like, I know we have to take the bars into the US veterans and military active duty. And when we did, it was amazing. Just a 15-minute sample session, 20-minute session lowered pain by like 57%. I mean, like the reaction was just amazing to how quickly they were noticing their own changes. And, I know you're just saying, oh, yeah, I did this, but it takes a lot. Like taking that first step of saying, you know what, I want to create something different here. I want to offer something different. So, Shelley, I'm really grateful for you because that moment that you partnered with the wives or you partner with any therapist to go do this is really changing their perspective, it's changing their bodies, it's changing the stress. PTSD is not just for military. It's unfortunately something that any of us can have, but it's that revolving. It's like that video keeps, circling in our head, and the bars helps to release that. So, is this a one-time thing you're doing, or is this something you're going to be doing often?
Well, we have a WhatsApp group, and they announce everywhere every time they have a meeting like that, the place, the time, and everything. And whenever it meets my other obligations, I go and join them. So it's my pleasure, and I can say from my own experience, I first time I took Access Bars course was 2015, and
Ah,
I really love it. It really changes for me a lot. It's every time I receive bars, it's like relaxation, lots of space. It's something I look forward, so I swap with others that do the bars as well, and that's a gift in my life.
yeah. And, you are running this, in an environment where there's a lot of stress. Whether people are active duty or not, whether they're on the reserve, whether they're just families, it's an environment of a lot of stress and fear and other things going on. So, like, what do you see as you do run the bars for people, even in your neighborhood or your clients? What have been some feedbacks that you've received?
One of the wives told me after like half an hour or so when I was done, she said, "Well, my head is empty. It's like I have nothing, no worries." So that was such a good experience. And even one client that came over, she was nervous about a wedding of her son coming up. And she asked to come over, and that was a relief for her. That was changing things, really.
Yeah, you never know, you know? I don't know about you, but my first session was on my birthday, and everything was happening around my life, you know? We just sold a house in one day, moving it to a new house, my work, you know, my business was very busy, my husband, my kids. It seemed like it was at a point where everything was happening that seems like incredible, but very stressful. And the bars for me was this like, what is this? It feels so good. I want to tell the whole world about it. Um, and you know, each of us is going to experience it different, and each session is different. That's why I'm really curious as you run these active duty or you reservists, you know, bars, their families. Like, I'm curious to what will be the next sessions, you know, because the first time they don't know what to expect at all, which is really great. You know, they get to receive whatever they receive. But then they might start to notice different things, like where, you know, they might normally be triggered by someone saying something, you know, or they don't get triggered. Or like this particular wife mentioned that, oh my God, my head is empty. Like, how often can we say that? That itself is so rare, especially with things going on around us. And you know, I've seen so many miracles around the world and different feedbacks. We brought it into schools. We've taken it into businesses. You know, it's in dental office. We have a dentist who, you know, trained his staff. Um, and they're all running it on patients before surgery, you know, like it it's amazing. You could do it at the beach. You don't have to be sick. You don't have to have PTSD, but it's like, you know, I used to take it to the university so the kids would do it before exams and they would all get A's the next day. It wasn't just about that. It was that they were relaxed. You know, like there's so much pressure with certain things in life, whether it's our exams, me was buying a house, or, you know, our businesses or our families. There's just so much stuff that's going on in our day-to-day lives. And to have something that gives us that peace, that calm, but for me also boosts my creativity actually.
Yeah. Wow, that's so amazing. What what I really love, the times that when I receive bars, sometimes I feel like the energy, like I don't know how to express it or to explain it. It's something that like a stream running down my legs, and that is for me like something is changing, something is happening, and this is really exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're dissipating electrical charge because we don't recognize how much we're around everything, our cell phones, our laptops, you know, everything around us. And to bring us again to that acoustical wavelength, which is what our natural bodies actually are, and that state of wellness. So, yeah. Shelly,
Mhm.
if you could give others, because you know, for me, I was going to come actually in last December to Tel Aviv and to Palestine. There's so much stuff going on there, and you know, if you could give people some advice of, you know, if they are interested in getting something started with the military or something else, like what would you say is like that first step or something that you might just your own words of advice, what would it be?
Okay, well, the army is an institute that, well, it's not easy to get into, but this is in this difficult time, it's really a good um, opportunity to go there and take part and do something different for them.
Yeah.
um, I have I'm not sure how we can do it on a regular basis, but this is something I can consult with the lady that was organizing it. She's doing it all the time, like 2 to 3 times a week, every time with different
Mm,
uh, groups of soldiers. So to get it into the army officially, this is something that have to be checked. To see
Yeah.
what we can do.
Like the university, the kids would bring me. They would book me because I travel globally, and they'd be like, "Nope, please be here the day before exams." So, like, sometimes, what's the circumstances around wherever you are can help you in opening that door, you know? And I think it really comes to what is it people would like to create? For me, I knew the minute I found the tools of access consciousness, I wanted to bring it into the military and veterans. That was my mission. I really wanted to do this. And I did. I brought it into the US, the biggest base there is, and it had all of them. So we had the Coast Guard, we had Navy, Marines, Army, and we ended up also doing it on their doctors, their nurses, their caregivers, and so I think a lot of it is sometimes people think, I don't know where to start, but what if you just start by asking a question? Like, who can I contact that would know? And with wellness and well-being, I think most places, even military or elsewhere, now they have a program around support, different people wanting to do it. Like in the US, the Red Cross is very big on that. Like even on this naval base, the hospital, like they've allocated them as the point people, So like with you found this young lady who does different programs and she's connected. So, how to find the people that know the information. And
Yes.
don't be shy, like how we got in was not how we imagined. I went in, met with the head of the Veterans Affairs, and he looked at me and goes, Laleh, we have so many steps. Don't come with me. Go a different way. You'll have an easier time. It was kind of funny. So we did. We went the hospital route, we went a different route. So again, sometimes we look at the big picture of like, where all the structures are, but there's these doors that are open right here, right in front of you that you could just
Right.
open,
Yes.
walk in, and go run some bars.
Yeah, it can be easy sometimes if we just allow it and ask
Yeah,
questions. Right.
definitely. Definitely. Well, Shelley, thank you so much for being here with me today. And thank you for all you are gifting and contributing, just being you and also offering the bars. And yeah, I'd love to hear, I would like to keep in touch. Let's see what else
Yes.
you guys end up creating there. I'd love to highlight more of that in the future too.
Yeah, let's be in touch. And thank you very much, Lale. It was very nice
Pleasure.
talking to you.
Pleasure, pleasure. And if you guys have any questions, Bars in Business was created and you guys can see it's accessconsciousness.com/bars in business. We're on YouTube, on LinkedIn. You can find out more. We have a new website we're launching soon. Can't wait till that's out and about too. There's a lot of videos. There's a lot of things Dr. Terry Hope has done in terms of research. We have a lot of schools we're working with. We have a lot of businesses we're working with. There's an oil company, a multi-billion-dollar oil company that brought the bars for their staff, and amazing productivity change. Communication got better. The staff was more relaxed. And, it's just amazing all the different places the bars have come to. So I wonder what creative ideas do you guys have and where would you like to go? And what contribution can bars and business be to that as well? So thank you, Shelley.
Thank you.
Thank
That
you,
was
everyone,
very,
for watching.
it was very good. I love it. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.